Hello and welcome to CLEA'S World. I am Clea, and today I would like to share with you more of the information I've received from 25th dimension during my last QHHT Hypnosis session. I'll be reading from a transcript of the session. I'm going to refer to Lorrayne. I'm speaking to my practitioner who's asking me questions I've prepared in advance of the session. I'm going to refer to me. I'm speaking of myself under hypnosis, which means the answers are coming from the 25th. As always, I'd like to thank you before getting started here. Really appreciate you watching, and I love it when you comment. If you feel like stopping by and saying hi, that's always welcome. At any rate, I'm really grateful for you, for this community. All right, so this part of the session still deals with dreams. And as you know, I get a lot of my information through dreams. So here we go. So this is Lorrayne reading about a dream that I had on the 8th of May. We lived in a world where the government was against us, and a group of us decided to stage a revolt. We went into a building and had the fight of our lives. And we won, even though only a few of us survived. The people that helped the most were athletes of some kind, like my boyfriend, who had been a baseball star when he had been younger. He was in his 40s now, but still kicking butt, even though not professionally. We regrouped on a train to leave, and I became aware that one of us had discovered that a man in our midst was a spy and had killed someone. This man who had discovered this fact battled with him, and the spy ended up with a piece of glass in his left eye. And this is my comment. What's up with the left eye being hurt, just like in yesterday's dream where Keanu Reeves had a left eye that was swollen shut? And this would have been in my previous video. But the man decided not to take him out because he was on our team, even though it was not good that he killed someone. Later, I found myself speaking with some people and told them that I had to reveal something to them, as I was going to tell them about this man in our group. The man was there at the table with us, but didn't say anything. And at the last second, I decided against exposing him, since there was no point. And I promised the group that I would reconsider in 10 years. Me. Yeah, so we'll just note a couple of things before we comment on the entire dream. One was the part about, again, the killer in the mist. And now in this dream, it was this person. But Claire was thinking, it's what it is. And in today's dream, which we discussed earlier in the session, she actually was the one who killed somebody and still didn't have a lot of strong emotions based on that. She wasn't saying, oh my gosh, what did I do? But she was asking just very simply, I mean, why did I do that? Why did I have to do that? This again has to do with the dark and the fact that Claire is starting to come to terms with the fact that we all have done. We have all committed, really. It's I have done, because it's one. So I have done everything that's happened here, whether it was of the light or of the dark. So it's what it is, and we just have to integrate it. So she already started to work with this, which makes sense. This is work we have resisted, most of us. Claire certainly has resisted this work before, when we sent her dreams in this direction. But now she's kind of doing this work in a light manner because she's putting up less resistance. And since we're still here hanging out, we might as well do some of the work that we're going to be doing on New Earth. This again helps bridge that gap between here and when we go to New Earth. Now, if you're not doing this, and we know you are, Lorrayne, but if somebody's not doing this consciously, that's perfectly okay. We already said we're all going to get to the same point once we get to New Earth. We're all going to know exactly the same things. So there is no right or wrong way of doing this. Anyway, we wanted to note that part with the fact that, again, somebody has been killed. Somebody has killed. But at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world. The second note we wanted to make was about this left eye thing, and they were laughing. This left eye thing, we already said in the previous dream, is metaphorical in terms of something visible, something visual, something obvious that you cannot miss is going to happen. In this case, the recall. And it is metaphorically, the idea of the system is closing its eyes. It's like shutting down. Basically, good night, nighty night. For Clea specifically, because she has had these dreams, now she's thinking, oh, maybe I want to set it up so that my signal will be that I will see someone with a left eye that's shut for whatever reason. They might say it's a bee sting or it's an allergy, whatever it is. Somebody who might have an eye patch over it. She's having fun with this idea now, saying that's how we like the signal to come. But at the same time, it doesn't have to be literal. It can be metaphorical. And metaphorically, that's what we're saying. The signal will be obvious. You will not be able to not see it or to ignore it. It will be obvious. And again, our signal is the recall. So we wanted to make this couple of notes. That said, this entire dream has to do with, again, this train is where we are, it's this planet. But really, there's only us on it. Yeah, there are people, but really it's us, the few people that are on it. And the people that Clea knows in the dream, they are on it. And in our midst, there is light and dark. So we have the spy, etc., etc. Now, Clea becomes aware of the spy, but she says, what is the point? Why would I denounce it? Why do we want the bad blood? Why the drama? There is no need for the drama. So maybe I will tell you at some point, but I'm not sure. I'm just going to think about it. Now, in 10 years doesn't mean in actually 10 years. But maybe that time comes where it's not even Clea that's going to have to say it. When we are a new earth, we'll all know who's done what, but really, we have done everything. And so really, it was a matter of, again, we are integrating. We are starting to integrate the peace with the dark, which is actually quite helpful, because even though we're doing it in a very mild way compared to what will happen when we go to New Earth, the people on the team of the dark who have already left, they can feel us. They can feel us. The higher self is always one. Now, at a conscious level, they don't know what's going on. They don't even know that we're still here, but they can feel. The higher self can feel that we're working on this, and all the work that we do, we already said, affects everybody in the multiverse. So this is good that more and more of us are doing this work. Now, we already know there are people in the group, like for example, Vanessa's daughter. We already know that her daughter has been doing the work head on and seen a lot of the stuff that's happened here. Very, very unpleasant things. So this is not to say that nobody's been doing this work. We've been integrating. We started integrating all of it a while ago. And so it's just for Clea, this is new. And not only showing her that she's past the accusations and resentment, etc., which doesn't mean this will not come up again when we go to New Earth, but it does signal to her, it shows her that she's in a much higher vibrational place than she was when she started this work, when she couldn't even handle the idea of some of the things that have happened here. And that is true. I can feel it even consciously. Lorrayne, thank you. Okay, this next dream is from the 22nd of April. I was with a group of friends. I don't remember the details. I think we were just hanging out, but we knew it would take 90 days to do something we wanted to do. We had to wait 90 days to be done and for this to happen. I didn't like this, so the scene was repeated again, and again it was 90 days. Then we realized we had magic powers. There was stuff happening that wasn't great, but we could blink our eyes and make stuff happen, like open doors, etc., even when they were trying to keep us out of somewhere. And so we left. Me. Yeah, so this dream has to do with the fact that we're not there yet. Claire's impatient. Again, she wants to be gone like the rest of us. We all want to be gone, but there's still time. Doesn't mean 90 days. It just felt like it in the dream. She goes, oh my gosh, I can't even wait 3 months. Even if it were 3 months, I can't even wait 3 months. It feels like an eternity. At the same time, she remembered, oh wait, I have powers, so I can make stuff fun while I'm still here. And again, this is very much reflecting what she's doing right now. She's having fun in her life. She's making stuff happen. So that's okay. If it is 3 months, then it is 3 months. Again, we don't mean to say it's going to be 3 months, okay? It could be another year, or it could be 3 weeks. But she's at least found a way to say, okay, fine, I'm not going to focus on the 90 days. In the dream, I'm going to focus on the fact that I can have fun, making doors open and close and stuff happen that in the past I would have never allowed to happen. In the past, I would have never acknowledged the fact that I do have superpowers, that I can make stuff happen. So this is pretty much what a lot of us are dealing with right now. We are aware that we are creating our own reality. Lorrayne, wonderful. This is a dream from the 23rd of May. I was told by a couple that I should not be buying an expensive mattress because we would be here for only 1 more year. And I was crying and crying about it. I kept asking, 1 more year, 1 more year. Me. Yeah, so basically, again, it's not because it's 1 year. And Clea knew in the dream that it wasn't 1 year because, in fact, even the couple meant it as a good thing. You don't need to do this because we're not going to be here that much longer. They meant it as it's not that much longer. But Clea, of course, being as impatient as she is, heard 1 year and she goes, I can't last 1 year. I can't do this. And so it just speaks to her impatience. The fact is really, which is the gist of her question, the reason she wrote it down, it does not mean that we're going to be here for another year. Now, could that happen? Yes, it could. We don't want to tell you that it's not going to happen. But the dream, just because she heard 1 year in the dream, it does not mean that that's the timeline now. Because like you already saw, we had another dream with 90 days. And there's going to be another dream where she was actually given a date. But even that, we'll tell you right now, doesn't mean that that's a date when anything is going to happen. It's just for her in a dream to realize, to see how she feels about it. Oh my goodness, it's going to be a long time. Oh my goodness, it's going to be, because she's always trying to figure out how much longer we're going to be here for. So these dreams are so fun for me. Like, it really comes out, well, during the day, I might lie to myself and say, oh, it's fun here. Then at night, it really comes out that I am exhausted, as we all are, and I cannot wait to get out of here. And I'm having a really hard time with the fact that even though we are completed, we are still waiting around. And I know there's no judgment, but again, my human mind plays tricks on me. Lorrayne, I don't blame her. She and I have been wanting out for a while. And they were all laughing, the Lorrayne and 25. Me, because we want to go skiing and then hang out on the beach on the same day. Lorrayne, that's right. We want to go play. Okay, next dream is from the 28th of April. I had a perfect building for sale. It was going to be a rehab, meaning a renovation, a building that needed to be fixed before being sold. I had asked investors what they wanted to pay for it. I had 3 or 4 people interested and ready to buy it, including Andy. The deal was a slam dunk, and he was going to make over $100,000 in profit. Seeing how there was a huge margin, I changed my mind and decided that I wanted to flip it myself. I was concerned that Andy would be upset and wouldn't bring me deals anymore the way he has been. So I told him that it was perfect for me as a reason why I wanted it, but he was not happy. We were in a place that I thought was a girlfriend's work, but Andy was there and he was kind of looking at his computer while I was telling him. I was also wondering why my friend wasn't doing much work. In fact, they were all betting or trying to guess something, like a lottery or those guessing games they play at work. And then I reasoned that it must be the holidays. It was almost the end of the year. But then when I thought about it, I realized it was October instead. Then I got in the car. I was going to the house and I wanted to show it to my friend, but she wasn't coming or was busy going somewhere else, so I couldn't show it to her. I ended up not going to the house and coming back to her company parking lot, where people were now coming and parking because there was an event that was going to happen. I realized it was a graduation and parents and families were arriving. I saw Don Johnson park a white Ferrari sideways as if on show in the middle of the lot and standing next to it. I was turning my car and I said to him, nice car, but he completely ignored me. Then a limousine or another expensive sedan pulled up. 4 or 5 people came out, including another actor or someone like that. And Don walked up to them because he only talked to his friends. I was thinking that I didn't know where my mom was, but I would call her later. I was going to find my friend to tell her I'd seen Don Johnson, but then my mother showed up. She was by herself and was young, taller and skinny, had a long knit dress on with long reddish hair, and she looked fabulous. I was wondering why she was there, and it explained why I couldn't find her at home. And I realized that I was graduating too, so she had come to see me. I didn't know why my brother and my dad had stayed home and thought that we would have looked closer as a family if they had come too. But I was glad my mom was there. I felt how much she loved me to go out of her way to get ready to surprise me. I also thought it would be obvious to others how close we were, and I felt fine. Then I remembered in this part of my life review how they didn't come to my MBA graduation. This is the end of the dream. Me. Yeah, so the initial part, again, real estate. Clea's wants to get back to real estate. She says, yeah, I'll rehab this, actually. Her goal was always to stay away, keep her schedule free, giving away all these deals the way she's always done. And now she's saying, well, no, let me do it. Let me take care of it. So basically, again, she's jumping back into 3D reality, quote unquote, to just keep busy. And now she's telling her friend, here's what we're going to do. But then she wants to show her the property, but she's not coming because she's not there anymore. This makes Clea very sad that she's not actually participating. So of course, she has to go back to where she is, go back to the pretension where her body is, and they're doing all these things. And of course, she's in 3D because she's at work dealing with all other people in 3D, which are all NPCs as well. And now she's seeing this date and she realizes it says October. It's in October. But really, again, we just want to say it doesn't mean anything is going to happen in October. We might be out of here before, or we might be here long after October. But she's saying we're in October, and then now we got to get to the end of the year. So there's still time, basically. We're not going anywhere right this minute. And so now she's going to graduation because now it's after graduation. We already said the graduation is the event, is the takedown. And of course, her mom is there. Her dad is in the 25th dimension. Her brother is on an alien planet. Her mom is showing up, but please know that her mother doesn't look anything like she does now, because this is how she's going to look on New Earth. So when she comes to New Earth, basically. And not necessarily, this is how Clea envisions that she's going to look like on New Earth. Because on New Earth, we can change our bodies. We can be however we want to be. And so she's coming because Clea is not only going to see her mom as soon as we do this takedown, but also her mom is coming to New Earth. And therefore, it would make sense that she's here. They're here together at this graduation. And really, we've all brought it about. We've all participated in this. We said this before. Even the people here that played the 3D game, we've all agreed to this takedown. This is not something that we are doing, the ones that are left here. All of us have worked on this. This is why our brothers and sisters have left, because they were all done working on the takedown. They were doing what they were supposed to do. And so, yeah, basically the graduation will happen and we will see the people that have left. In this case, like Clea's mom, who's already left. And I don't know, was there anything else in this dream that was significant? We think we talked about all the details. No, I think you covered it. Me, okay. And I will just make a note here in case it was not clear. The part about Don Johnson is always having to do with Don Johnson represents 3D reality, and always the fact that we feel excluded. We felt isolated, like he wasn't even paying attention to me talking, kind of thing. And so you probably already recognize this theme from other dreams we've discussed previously. All right, as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.